Mario Kart Live Home Circuit is a fully fledged Mario Kart game with inventive ways to make it feel as robust as its completely digital counterparts. To play Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, players will need to purchase one of two available carts, Mario or Luigi, retailing at $100 per brother. The game is then downloaded for free from the Nintendo eShop, and when it's booted up on the Switch, the player connects the cart to the console by pointing the vehicle's built-in camera at a displayed QR code, pairing the two in seconds. Players then place 4 different cardboard gates around their home as checkpoints for the track, able to pick the spacing and distancing of their choosing. Once the player has placed the gates, a digital lock or two floats in and pours virtual paint over the cart's wheels. The player will then drive the cart around the space to form the track, passing through each gate as they do until they reach the point at which they started. While driving, players can brake, reverse, and even drift. Drifting doesn't work like a real car or other Mario Kart games, but rather locks the player into turning one direction or the other, providing a speed boost after a few seconds. Like the other games, Home Circuit initially offers different speeds of 50cc and 100cc, with 150cc and 200cc unlockable. We weren't given specific metrics on how fast these 3 different speeds were, but by my eye, 100cc was around a third faster than 50cc, while 150cc was twice as fast as 50cc. However, 200cc seemed to be only marginally faster than 150cc. For 150cc, it is recommended that players have a space of 10 feet by 10 feet, although a slightly smaller space can be used for slower speeds. Note, the cart only works at a distance of 30 feet from the system, although it's recommended to keep the vehicle within 15 feet. And the largest courses that can be built the game will recognize are 15 feet by 15 feet. Playing at different speeds will also affect how long the cart's battery will last. 150cc will drain the battery in around 90 minutes, with 200cc expediting that depletion and the slower speeds improving that mileage. The cart uses the same USB-C to USB-A cables to charge as the Switch Pro controller, and will take around 3 hours to fully recharge. Players' custom tracks form the basis of each of the different modes in the game. There is the traditional Grand Prix, found in every other Mario Kart, and featuring classic competitions such as the Mushroom Cup, with 8 cups, each with 3 tracks. The Nintendo rep hinted at a secret 9th cup, but wouldn't provide any details on it other than die-hard Mario Kart fans are going to want to play it. There is a time trial mode, where players can try to best their own times on a track, their fastest run represented by a floating virtual stopwatch that matches their previous performance 1-to-1. Finally, there is a multiplayer mode, where players can compete with up to 3 other real-life karts in a race. There are 0 online components to the game. With custom tracks being built by the player for the races, the cups work a little differently than in the more traditional Mario Kart games. A Nintendo representative jumped into the Mushroom Cup, and while the game suggests different designs players can use to form the tracks, every race can be played with any track layout the racer desires, with the first race shown off not following any of the design guidelines. Mario was facing off against augmented reality AI opponents, who in this game are always Bowser Jr. and the Koopalings. As the race unfolded, Mario and his competition smashed through floating boxes, picking up items like any other Mario Kart game. A mushroom gave the rep's cart a small speed boost, and a thrown red shell locked onto an AI opponent, temporarily stopping them in their tracks. These items can be used against the player, with a hit from a red shell physically locking down their cart for a handful of seconds. As the race goes on, players must hit all 4 of the gates to complete a lap, but there is 0 penalization for driving off the course and cutting corners, leaving that up to the player if they decide to cheat or not. As the cup transitions into the next race, players will be offered the opportunity to change the course layout, but if they so choose, they can leave the track as is. Regardless of whether the course layout is altered, subsequent races are given augmented reality modifications. The second race the rep played provided an underwater overlay, changed the locations of items on the track, and placed enemy amps at each gate that oscillated across them, halting a racer if they crashed into them. The third race had a downpour of rain that sprouted mushrooms along the track for a speed boost, with a trail of coins following them, rewarding players for staying on the track. Coins, unlike other Mario Karts, do not provide incremental speed boosts, but can be used to purchase optional cosmetics, such as different outfits, kart designs, and horn sounds. These customizations are also unlocked with the completion of each cup, with a knight and builder uniform shown off for Mario, plus a bulldozer and pirate ship designed for his kart. Cosmetics have no effect on gameplay, and if playing multiplayer with other real-world karts, players can only see their own cosmetics and not other competitors. The Nintendo rep went deeper into the track modifications. A sandstorm was shown off, with Mario on the screen buffeted and visibility reduced. In the real world, this caused the physical cart to be pushed around the track, the driver having to compensate in controlling the vehicle against the environmental effect. The snow environment effect created freezies, small sentient ice caps, that when hit freeze the carts temporarily. The lava environment covered the track in ash and molten puddles, which if run over or hit by spit lava bubbles, have a similar effect as the freezies of pausing the cart for a few seconds. The behavior of these effects is random, including their intensity, direction, and duration. Some environmental changes, such as underwater and 8-bit, which gives the AR designs a retro look, are simply visual and don't affect gameplay. On top of these effects, each gate can be given a modification. Mario drove under one, only to be snatched up by a piranha plant as he did so, stopping the cart in its tracks. There are a wide variety of gate modifications, and quite a few were shown off in this demonstration. The Magic Koopa gate, when driven through, throws the course into mirror mode, meaning players will have to steer in the opposite direction. The Magnet gate pulls the cart in the direction of the track when approached, righting vehicles that might be veering off course, helping rather than hindering the player like the other gate examples. A Pipe gate places a pipe entrance on either side, item boxes floating between them. Environmental and gate effects are dictated by which race and which cup you are competing in, but players can also create custom tracks and choose which effects are included, racing against AI components or up to 3 other remote-controlled carts. Local multiplayer can also be done in the Grand Prix. It's important to note, the game is unable to save custom tracks, meaning once a player has taken it apart, they can only attempt to replicate it from memory rather than the system telling them how to do so. The Nintendo representative then expressed as a pro maneuver to add additional physical elements to the game. This was demonstrated with building blocks outlining the track, small cardboard boxes stacked on top of one another as an obstacle, or simply the leg of a table sitting in the middle of a track. When asked about the cart's durability, the rep assured us that the vehicle is built to withstand constantly bumping into other objects or walls. Bumping into a gate or knocking one over will not interrupt a race, but a player will be asked to adjust it once a race is complete. When I first saw Mario Kart Live Home Circuit during the Nintendo Direct, I thought to myself, oh neat. Having now been walked through everything that the game has to offer, and the nearly limitless customizations that can be applied both visually and to gameplay, it's clear that this is a much deeper experience. It goes beyond the novelty of having a remote-controlled toy car and offers a robust experience that any fan of the series will find enjoyment and challenge with. Home Circuit isn't just some spin-off. It may as well be Mario Kart 9.